Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As you come into the chat, drop your crowns and your elephants and let me know where you're watching from. This is our subscribers only, our weekly subscribers only Real Housewives of Potomac recap. And we're going to talk a little bit about Salt Lake City and we're going to talk about Potomac. I know Salt Lake City is growing. I'm watching it, and I know some of you are watching it as well. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, but this is all about you guys weighing in. And of course, this is our subscribers only chat. Last week, we did a members only live chat, but everyone will get an opportunity to call in and share their thoughts. But shout out to our Royal Court members. You already have the backstage link, and I see a couple of people backstage already. I will be pulling them up to have their own opinions about last night's episode of the Real Housewives of Potomac. As you know, I am still traveling, but you're still getting daily and consistent content, including a new episode of my podcast, Kempire Radio, where I talk about some of the trials and tribulations of my trip, but also some of your favorite hot topics and some reality TV shady recaps. Okay, let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. We already have over 120 something people in the chat. Be sure to like the video if you haven't liked it already. The internet here in Europe, I am so shocked at it for being a modern country and a modern, whatever you want to call it. The internet has been shaky. It's been shaky. So if I look a little blurry, work with me, people. Work with me. As long as you can hear me is what matters the most. What's going on? What's going on? Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Birmingham's in the building. What's going on, Nikolai? What's going on, Christina? What's going on, Kenya? Live from Vegas. Yes. What's going on, everyone? Hello, 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 hello. Brooklyn's in the building. Brooklyn. Houston, Texas. Yes, New York City. What's going on? Hey, the DMV's in the building. Perfect timing. I'm going to briefly just talk about Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City, I get it. We've done videos on Salt Lake City, even some hot topics on Salt Lake City. You know, the big story this season is about Jen Shah and what she's going through legally. And with that being said, that has been pushed back until early next year. I'm still looking forward, not looking forward, that's probably terrible words to use, but that's the part of the season that I cannot wait for. Okay. Thank you so much, Teresa. Thank you for letting me know. I'm just looking at what StreamYard is saying, and I'm like, But anyways, we will move forward because this is about you guys calling in, sharing your thoughts, and I love when I come into the room and I see you all having your own conversations or you're all saying, I can't wait. I really do appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. So shout out to you guys. Thank you so much, Kim, for the super chat. Much love to you from the DMV. Yeah, I have so many people that follow and subscribe from the DMV. We literally have to do some sort of meetup. We will figure it out. Shout out to my mods that are also in the DMV. We will figure out something that we can do where all of you can come together in a safe way because it is still a pandemic and I'm literally getting tested every day here in the Netherlands. But we need to figure out some sort of meetup for the DMV area. And if you live near the DMV area, feel free to come out and we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But with that being said, Salt Lake City, quickly, I'm just going to say this. This last episode, the fight between Whitney and Lisa, I do feel like that was a setup. I don't believe that there was that she didn't have ill intentions, Lisa. I don't like Lisa anymore. Lisa was supposed to be my New York girl. She didn't bring a lot in season 1. Season 2, it just seems like she's trying so hard when it came with being friends with Jen Shah, and then now she's fighting with Whitney. Whitney, to me, has evolved so much. Like, she knows how to be a housewife, to be shady in her confessionals, to be funny in her confessionals. But I do believe that was a setup. That whole, let's come to this restaurant, and then those caterers that were involved in the Angie Harrington story are going to immediately jump into that hot topic. I was like, girl, please. It was just unnecessary and boring. This episode was not great. Not great. We didn't get a lot of Heather Gay. Heather Gay is still a superstar to me because she gives us a lot of funny moments. We didn't get a lot of her this episode. And I know a lot of people are uncomfortable with her encouraging her daughter to be that fun girl. in college. But I get what Heather is saying. I think Heather is saying, I want you to do whatever you want to do. I don't want you to feel as if because of your Mormon upbringing that you shouldn't go out and have experiences, because she knows the lack of having those experiences, what they've done to her. Okay. Toria says, I think Lisa did set that up as well as Potomac was boring as well. It wasn't the best Sunday night. It wasn't the best Sunday night. Potomac has sort of been up and down. It hasn't been consistently good this season. I was sort of over the Wendy and Gizelle stuff. I'm not that invested. That relationship still is not mended. I don't think it will be mended, at least not this season. I don't see how they navigate the next season, but I do see most of the women coming back. But you guys will call in and share your thoughts if you think that if you think this full cast of women will come back. Robyn. Oh, Robyn. We will get there. Just like another quick note, Jen Shaw, in regards to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Jen Shaw, and every scene this season that we get from Jen Shaw feels so produced. I don't know about anyone else that's been watching the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Every scene with Jen Shaw this season, I don't know if she knew this arrest was coming. I mean, she kind of knew the arrest was coming. But there's just something so produced. Every scene with her and Coordinator Shaw, the conversation with her son this week, I didn't read that much into that conversation. I just felt that he's a teenager, doesn't want to be around his mom. But there's just an inauthenticity that we get from Jen Shaw that I'm just like, scammer. No. Anything else from? This is the most endearing and heartbreaking story that we got this episode. Jenny and her husband having a conversation. I had no idea that in the Vietnamese culture that it's common for men to have multiple wives. Because when we saw the little snippet of him talking about getting a sister wife, we just thought, oh, he's in Utah. He's being facetious. Apparently not. Apparently not. And Jenny really, she's already revealed that she had 9 miscarriages. But this episode, she talks more about it and losing I believe it's their daughter. And for a second there, I really felt for Butterface. And because he actually was there when their daughter passed away. So I know that affected him. But the fact that he's saying that Jenny's saying to him, I physically can't do it. I'm done with raising children. Let's enjoy the 3 children that we have. There are so many women that can't even have one. You have 3 healthy kids, but you're willing to put your wife's health, as a doctor, you're willing to put your wife's health in jeopardy so you can have more kids. I know they're going to examine this during the reunion, but Salt Lake City, we have to remember how Potomac started. Potomac didn't start off great. Those ratings are still a little shaky, though. If you look at the ratings for Potomac, they're still a little shaky. But here we are. So I'm still open to Salt Lake City. Jen Shaw, I'm not sure if Jen Shaw will make it past season 3. I definitely think she will be back for season 3. I'm not sure she will make it past season 3, though, because she might be in the clink clank. The clinkety clank clank. Yeah. Let's go to, I feel her story is very is scripted. Lane says, sorry that would be the end of that relationship for me after 10 miscarried and a daughter that died in hours, and you asked for a sister wife. She seemed very genuinely upset with what he was saying. Miss Brooks says, on this RHOP episode, it appears that Robyn is actually tired of being in Gizelle's mess. In the last few episodes, I noticed how Robyn has given her opinion and then passed the buck to Gizelle. I just thought it was interesting how, I mean, I get it from what what Robyn was saying in this episode, how she didn't want to be in a house full of men and not have her own bathroom. I think that realistically, it makes sense to me, but it's Robyn. It's Robyn always finding a reason to escape to be with her girl, Gizelle. I think they just wanted to be away together. They probably had the same room wherever they went. They just had their own bathroom. And based on Watch What Happens Live, Wendy said that the room that they were in, there was a master bedroom off that room. And usually, a master or primary bedroom has a primary bathroom. Usually, not sure. She didn't indicate that on Watch What Happens Live. But speaking of Wendy, Wendy has her candle line out. If you watched my recap earlier with Layla and Grace Report, be sure to check that out. I was talking about that. She has her candle line out. I still think, and this is not me just trying to get something for free. I love candles. If a candle is good, Wendy, you need to get those candles out to influencers. It doesn't have to be me. It doesn't have to be, anyone else. But get them to some really people that talk about the show, because they're going to talk about the candle. But the price point, based on what I saw on her website, first of all, the candle looks great. It's not just one candle. There are a few different types of candles starting at $45. And then there is a diffuser that she has. Celia, I know. Normally all my candles are 3-wick candles. Coming up in a month or so, we're gonna have the Bath and Body candle sale. That's a huge sale. I got this candle while I was here. This is the 1-wick one, but I have to say, I mean, it helps. It works in this room. It's exactly. Teresa says $45. Wow. It's got to be a special candle for us to pay $45, though, Wendy. Especially right before the Bath and Body sale. Everybody, if you're a candle nista, then that Bath and Body sale is huge, and they have some really great candles. And to be honest with you, my friend had his own candle business, and I've talked about this before. That was also was that a 3-wick, or was it a 3-wick? It was definitely more than 1 wick. I just can't remember if it was a 2-wick or 3-wick. No, I think it was a 3-wick. No, it was a 3-wick candle. And to me, that was a really good candle. The smell was great. It lasted a good while. I don't know, Wendy. Miss Brooks says $45 for one candle. I know. Maybe it's a luxury candle. That's what she calls it. She does call it a luxury candle. But girl, I think smart business would be, yes, have that luxury candle, but have an affordable one as well. And you're just getting in this business of candles. You're just getting in this. I know influencers that have candles that are cheaper. Obi says, still trying to understand the candle. Candles are great, Obi. I don't know about you. I love a good candle. I really do. I love a good candle. I love a good scent. Nikolai says $45. I'd rather go to Anthropologie. That's the thing, especially in this oversaturated business of the candle business. I mean, she's on a great platform. However, I just don't know how well. And also remember, part of this, and it's probably why she's priced it so high, is because she has to give some of this money to Bravo. Anytime you start a business on Bravo, they get a portion. It's like a 360 deal. Susie says, I love Bath and Body Works body soap and lotion and candles. I don't really love their soaps and stuff like that. I mean, I know a lot of people do. I don't love their soaps, but I do love their candles, especially I think it's White Farm. It's the other candle business that's a part of their business. They have some really great options. They have some really, really great options. Aaliyah says, you can spray your home with Gucci cologne for $100. Perspective. Toya, thank you so much for the super chat. And thank you for always supporting the channel. I appreciate everyone. I don't think I get to say it enough. I appreciate you guys sending the super chats. It does help us do other things. I'm able to have my Yeti mic with us. We're able to make upgrades to give you better quality. I can't control the internet here in Europe. If I could, I would. But we have stellar internet back at the studio. So you're helping pay those bills while I'm traveling. But thank you. Toya says this. Aren't Jenny and her hubby Catholics? Polygamy go against Catholic beliefs. Also, what was that interaction between Mary and that man? Very cringy. That man being her husband, granddaddy. Very good point. Yes, they're Catholics. However, he says that in the Vietnamese culture, it's acceptable. I'm not sure if this is their attempt at a storyline, but I don't know how that plays within their culture versus their religion. Yeah. In regards to Mary Cosby, I know a lot of people do not like Mary, but Mary, she's given me so many funny moments this episode. I mean, not this episode, this season, but last week's episode when she was telling that story about the crash and the kids' reaction to her. Mary just makes me laugh. She really, really, really makes me laugh. Thank you so much again, Toy, for the super chat. Susie says, Kempire, the soap and lotion smell so good. Why don't you like? They're a little too strong for me. I don't really love, strong lotion scents. I really don't. I mean, I get it. A lot of women love them, but I love the candles. I love the candles. Let me see. Satavia says, according to my friend, polygamy is not legal or accepted in Vietnam anymore. Damn. Well, it's still, even though it may not be legal, it's still a part of their culture. That's the thing. It may not be legal, but it's still something that was a part of their culture. Okay. Welcome to the family. Appreciate you guys. If you would like to become a member of the channel, guys, don't forget, you can head on over to TheKempire.com for more details. Let me just post that up here. If I can have so many things back here backstage. All right, guys, this is our subscribers only recap of the Real Housewives of Potomac with a sprinkle of Salt Lake City. We did separate lives for Salt Lake City. It just seemed, especially when I'm trying to fit everything in on a Monday, it just seems, in regards to time, it doesn't make sense. Of course, you have an opportunity to call in this live, subscribers live only chat right now, but you will have an opportunity to call in. Once we get to 200 likes, we have over 400 and something people watching. This is our Real Housewives of Potomac, though, recap. We always do that. Our Real Housewives of Potomac recap, we normally do it Sunday evenings after the live, but as you know, time differences, just not able to do it. But I wanted to make sure that we continue to do that so you guys can share your thoughts on this episode. Of course, we did our live earlier today with Layla Lynn and Grace Report, where they shared their thoughts along with me. But I always want to give our subscribers and our Royal Court and Team Kempire members an opportunity to call in and share their thoughts. Miriam says, so does Mary run a cult or not? I guess we will see this season how much information will come out. I've seen several different interviews with former members of the church, family members. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. Sidebar. Normally, I would just share this on the podcast about my trip. I literally walked by the Scientology building that's located here in Amsterdam. And if you know anything about Scientology, just saying. Just saying. Obi, thank you so much for the super chat. Obi says, are you sold on Mia? She seems to have understood the assignment and would be asked back. 2, are you sold on Askale? Great questions. I appreciate the super chat and always Obi supporting the channel. You always do. And Obi is a member of the channel as well. Here's the thing. Am I sold on Mia? I'm sold on Mia coming back. I think Mia is a great housewife. There's just so much in regards to her storyline. I don't think she's going to talk about her own opioid overdose. However, there's just so much in her story and she's open with sharing it. And I think that's important for a show like this because we haven't seen someone like Mia on the show before. Do I think Mia is a mess? Her mixing up stories or exaggerating stories is comic relief. G being predatory and messy when he's drunk, I don't love that. Honestly, I don't like how he's coming at Ashley, but I kind of think he's attracted to Ashley, and that's why, you know, when you like someone, you sort of like want to pull their hair. You know what I'm saying? The metaphor of that. So I'm not sure about G, but if it works for her, look, if it works for her. Askale, okay. Askale, I do like Askale. I like her fashion. I actually like her personality. If I met her on the street, I would like her. Do I like her for the show? Is she a replacement for Robyn? No. I'd much rather them go for someone else. And her husband is just as boring. Straight shooter. Pow, 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 pow. Dre is boring. Dre, are you here in this episode? Dre, are you here? Sorry. Ashley says, Askale. Kempire, my sister used to live by one of the Scientology places in DC, like around the corner. The first time I saw it, I had a moment. Girl, I almost had a moment too. I was like, I wanted to see if I saw anybody, and I'm gonna keep walking by. You think they might try and enlist me? Mm. No, not a scholar. I should do a little. I have a feeling that you guys are gonna say it. um, hold on. Wait. Ooh, I meant Storm. Poor Dre was fish out of water with them. Yeah, I mean, look, they're normal people. They're not interested in. I mean, I think they are interested in on being on TV. They're just not great for TV. And I've said multiple times, I wouldn't be great for TV. I'm not going to give you what you want. And that scholar's not giving us what we want. This is what her oh my god, what I don't know how many episodes she's been on, but there hasn't been an episode where I'm like, yes, a scholar showed up and showed out. She does it when it comes to the fashion, not so much the reunion look, but definitely the fashion in this episode. Matter of fact, let me bring that up. Let me bring that up because I do have that here. I loved a scholar's look here. I think a scholar looks great here. Look at Dre asleep. look at Dre. He's asleep in this photo. Oh, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I love her, but I don't. I love her, but I don't. I don't think she needs to come back. I don't think she needs to come back. Zoe, thank you. First of all, shout out to Zoe. I see you on other channels and how much you support us creators. So thank you for your continuous support. Oh my God, I saw a sign. So he says, "Oh my God, I saw a Scientology here in Johannesburg, and my friend wants to go just to see if she could be brainwashed." I partly want to I want to be an investigative reporter though. Not that I want to see if I can get brainwashed. I want to be an investigative reporter. I want to go inside. I want to be like, yes, I'm here to do that. But my face is all over YouTube. They do their due diligence, and then my undercover report is done. She's crazy. I'm not stepping a toe. She said, I'm not setting a toe. Thank you so much, Zoe, for the super chat. 8% okay. Oh my God. I can't. Brandy says, Scarlett doesn't seem to like Mia that much. I think a lot of them don't necessarily love Mia. I think they find moments with her that are humorous. Sidebar though, I do find it not that I find it humorous. I do find it interesting that the producers are leaning in to showing Chris Bassett drinking all the time. Chris, I want to know your thoughts on that. Like, how do you feel about the producers always portraying you as drunk? He was drunk in this episode. And he was like, "Oh, what did he say about Ashley? He doesn't think she's that bad." But they both were drunk, according to Ashley. Not Ashley. According to Candace, we did a whole video talking about that. She blamed her behavior with Mia being drunk, but her and Mia make amends in this episode. I kind of was happy that it kind of squashed it because I can't with Candace fighting with somebody else. But Mia literally has had a fight with every single woman, right? Is there any only person she hasn't had a fight with is Karen? I don't know. All right, mods, can you let me know where we are with the likes? I want to get to at least 200 likes before we drop the call-in link. Of course, our shout out to our Royal Court members. I've already put the backstage link in the community tab on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. We are also live on multiple platforms, including Facebook. We're live on the Kempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook. So be sure to like those pages if you haven't already. And we're also live on Twitch and Twitter. I haven't gone live on my TikTok. So if you follow me on TikTok, the only reason why I haven't gone live is because for some reason here in the Netherlands, TikTok lives, I can barely watch other people's lives. So I don't think I would be able to go live because I just never seen the internet so shaky here in Europe. It's a little weird to me. It's a little weird. No, Navistat, I hope I pronounced that correctly. That's because Chris is always drinking Kempire. I mean, he is because I heard people allude to that on social media. Storm, I literally just did a video. I just have to edit it after this live talking about Wendy Williams. We have another update in regards to that. So stay tuned. You know, we've been following the Wendy Williams story. It's a sad story. It's a very, very sad story. But stay tuned for that. I will be talking about that. Thank you so much, Aaliyah. I think it's going in and out. I'm not sure. At least on StreamYard, it shows me, at least right now, it's saying it's working. I'm not sure what's happening. I do know with my other devices that it's not as fast as I'm used to. I have very good internet. I paid special extra for good internet at my home. Okay, I heard mixed reviews on the panel. Devin Simone, though, I've always liked Devin Simone. I think Devin has shown a lot. I want to kind of see her on her Housewives in New York too. That little appearance that she made with Ebony. I'm like, I want to see more of Devin Simone. She has a great personality. I think she's great. Obi says, what you just said explains a lot about the StreamYard. Yeah, it's acting weird. I don't know if it's StreamYard. I don't know if it's the internet. I think it's a combination of both. EH says Scientology made millions hiding the sexual orientation of their celebs in the 20th century. Now times have changed and no one cares. In my opinion, that's why their cult has lost their shine. Travolta left it. Did he really leave it? I don't know if he left it. I'm not sure. Is that confirmed? I don't think he left it. Anyways, guys. All right. So I think we're at 199. Let's get to 200. We're at 200. All right. I'm going to drop the call-in link, and then I'm going to take some of our royal court members that are backstage. Hold on one second. Let me just do this. Okay. If you're a royal court member, I've already posted the backstage link on the community tab on Kempire Daily's YouTube channel. Okay. Let's post the link there. Now, everyone will have an opportunity to call in, but once you make your opinion, please just get straight to the point. That way we would take more callers and then drop out of the backstage. That way more people can go on backstage. They only allow 12 people to be backstage. I think 10 or 12 people. All right. Sorry. Wait, hold on. Gavin says there's a U Scientology building in Sandy Springs, Georgia. Like, how do they have that? Like, they're making money. Well, Leah Remini, who is a former Scientologist and also going to be guest hosting on the Wendy Williams show, says she gave millions to Scientology. So that's how they're able to have all these buildings. But I was like, I walked by and I was like, that's a Scientology building. But I tried to see if there was anybody in there or see anything. I didn't see anything, y'all. But I'll keep you posted. Okay. All right. Let's get some callers just because I know already I want to do some laundry. I got things to do tonight here in the Netherlands. All right. All right. I'm going to bring up Danielle is here, aka Team Kempire. What's going on, Danielle?
Hey there.
How are you?
I'm good. And yourself?
I'm great.
Okay. So let's hit this real quick. Mimi Faust, and I know this is like kind of off topic, but it's on topic. Mimi Faust from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta grew up in Scientology. You know how BET does those uncensored or whatever. She did that. She did one of the shows talking about how her mom raised her and Scientology and how she lived there. And she, like, you got to watch it. It's really good. It was really insightful. It was really scary at the same time, listening to her and all that she went through, how she tried to run away and they came and got her. Yeah, it's she goes deep. So I didn't even know.
I forgot about that with Mimi.
Yeah.
I thought Mimi grew up as Jehovah's Witness, though.
I think it was a combination but I know for a fact her mom was in Scientology and her mom took her there as a child. She was living there. And I watched it during a shutdown when we were just binge watching TV, but she digs deep into her experience in that world.
Oh, I need to watch that. Wow. Look, I don't know how we got into a whole conversation about Scientology, but I'm okay with it.
Okay. Anyway. Let's chat. What's the chick? Okay, so I'm going to start with Salt Lake City just because it's real quick.
Yeah.
The conversation with Jen Shaw and her son seemed so awkward. I was so glad that Coach chimed in and was like, okay, that's embarrassing. He doesn't want you showing up to his school, yada, yada, yada. it was just cringe. Like, and I know I'm a big stickler for teasing the kids and popping up to the school and showing off to let them know that you got crazy parents just to make sure they behave themselves. But that was just cringe. She was like, because I want to see you walking down the hall with your friends. No, sit down somewhere. We don't want to see that. No one wants to see you. And his facial expression was just so blah, so nonchalant, like he wasn't there. Yeah. And he just didn't care. But the scene, and I always mess her name up, with the cute little young one that's married to the older guy, and they were at the restaurant. What's her name?
Ashley. Wait. The way
Salt Lake City.
Oh, this married. Wait.
The little young chick, and she calls Whitney. Yes, that scene was told. I'm glad she called it out in the moment. She was like, "This is BS. You brought me here on purpose." And even the chick was sitting there trying to make it seem like it wasn't strategically planned. It was, and she called you out on it, and you look stupid. Mary and her husband, Robert Sr., Robert Jr., Jesus, take the wheel. Mary does not want to be alone with Robert Sr. She never did. She never wanted to. She wants Robert Jr. to stay there so she doesn't have to deal with her marriage to Robert Sr. And Robert Jr., unfortunately, he's going to leave the house, leave the nest, and Mary's going to get a divorce, or maybe not divorce, but she's going to be separated if she don't already have a little side piece on the side. That whole situation was just weird to watch. Okay. Everything else was boring. Potomac.
Yeah, that's sad.
Oh no, I'm not. The little Asian chick, she's really cute. That wasn't boring. I did feel bad about her. I felt like her husband. Yeah, Jenny, I like her. I felt like her husband wasn't listening to her. He was so busy setting his own personal ways, and I didn't like that. But I do want to see how it plays out and where they are today and stuff. But I like her. I hope she comes back next season. And I also like her daughter. Her daughter's really funny.
Yes.
Potomac. I don't know if anyone caught this last night. I got bored, but Candace and Askale were on live, their IG lives last night. And when I first caught it, when Candace kept saying, and if you want to pin this so it can be seen, people can see it tomorrow. Like Candace was going in on someone, but I missed what or who she was going in on. And she kept going. Then it kind of went off topic. So I kept kind of going in and out. But if anybody saw it, please put in the comments, let us know, call in. What were they talking about on the live? And they were on there for a while. So obviously they have a friendship now because they were having like a true girlfriend's conversation. Askale's kind of boring. Well, she was kind of. She was boring on the live. She was. Her friends that she had booty popping in the back on the handstand, they were funnier than Askale is. I don't know who those friends were, but they were her Howard University crew. So she needs to get them on the show to make her more entertaining. So yeah. Then Wendy on Watch What Happens Live with her candles. I'm with you guys. Personally, I'd rather go to Marshall's or TJ Maxx, get some nice discounted candles. I'm here for the Bed Bath & Beyond candles. And I only buy expensive. I will buy Joe Malone's if I'm giving it as a gift, like a housewarming gift, because those are kind of pricey. So if that's in the budget for a $200 candle, I will go get a Joe Malone. Yeah, Joe Malone is expensive, honey.
Does it smell like life, though?
Probably. I've only given them as gifts. I've never even bought them one for myself. I literally have Marshalls and TJ Maxx at my house. Gizelle. I'm glad that I appreciate the energy that Wendy gave Gizelle, like being nonchalant, like I'm not bothered by this. You lied. I was speaking to you. I came and greeted you. I'm glad Wendy pushed that energy back on Gizelle, but it's the same energy Gizelle gives, like, oh, I don't care, whatever you say, whatever. So Robyn, I kind of felt what Robyn was talking about. I don't want to have to share a bathroom with someone else's husband as a woman. And as she said, she's on her cycle. So I know that I didn't need her to keep repeating that. But as a female, and we've all had that natural thing happen to us every month, we kind of understand you don't want to have to share a bathroom with someone else. So I totally get that. I think it was a little bit much how they walked out to the hotel to go to the hotel without saying something. I thought that was rather rude. Yeah. G picking with Ashley on the back of the bus. I agree with you. I think he's attracted to Ashley. I think he's creepy though. I think Ashley was right. Like, leave me alone. Like, I'm not bothering nobody. But I do, and I wish that Mia kind of would have spoken, was like, baby, just chill a little bit. But she just sat there looking. Even Candace was kind of looking like, is this going to stop? And then I thought, what's his name? Ray. I appreciated Ray coming along. When Robyn said, you don't even know if Juan was going to come. We all knew Juan wasn't going to come, Robyn. I'm sorry. Juan's not coming. Juan had practice, so he says.
Where has Juan been this entire season?
With his boo.
Damn, you gotta yell at me.
Juan has been with his boo, honey. Juan is not thinking about Potomac, Housewives, Robyn, or no one else. I wish I knew what time they were filming, because then we could kind of look at the schedule. Because in his defense, the team that he's coaching, he has brought up as far as with wins, so that's a great thing. So he probably really is working, but he's working with his boo, if anything.
Sidebar: do you know how much Karen's candles are? I never looked it up.
I never looked it up either, because I thought they were going to smell like her perfume. We already know that her perfume is set for. It's not for my age demographic. I wouldn't wear it.
Can someone let me know in the chat how much Karen's candles are?
Where are they being sold? Has anyone bought one of Karen's candles? No. We talked about this. I think it'd be really cute. We got the holidays coming up. I think it'd be cute to offer with her gift set, a holiday gift set with the perfume, the candle, the little body lotion. They always put the sets together at Macy's. And that'd be
really the perfect time to remind people that we are going to do 12 Days of Christmas here on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, highlighting highlighting Black-owned businesses. There we go.
Yes, we are. 12 Days of Christmas coming to a YouTube Kempire channel near you. Yes. What else? I think that's it. Oh, that's what I put in the comments. I don't know if you caught it. Chris has a new TikTok where he's only talking about food and cocktails. I haven't followed it, but it always comes up on my For You channel. So I watch the videos, and he's even made comments. He was like, if you're coming here to talk about Housewives, I'm not here to talk about it. This is for food. This is for this. Like, he's very particular. Like, he wants to keep it for what his passion is. He doesn't want to talk about Housewives. And he was like, I'll block you if you come here talking about that. But so far it's been cocktails and food. So I don't know if Bravo is leading on to something with the whole drinking thing, but he has created a whole new TikTok channel about food and drinks. And he's open to talking about it. I don't know if that means anything, but that's what he's doing.
Sidebar: Obi says Karen's 3-wick candle, Real Housewives of Potomac, 16. I'm sure he pasted this. 16 ounce, price $23.40. That's
Bed Bath & Beyond prices.
And she's on a major platform. And it's bigger than Wendy's. The one that I saw for $45 was 11 ounces.
Yeah, Wendy's is priced too high for it to be a 1-wick for you not to really. And to your point, maybe it's because she does have to share. Oh, she said Karen's candles are on Etsy. Is she making them herself?
Don't sleep on Etsy, though. Etsy is a growing platform. I'm seeing a lot more people go there. So
I'm here.
Karen's already there.
There's a Black designer named Chabe, and I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. I found her on Etsy years ago, and now she's in Bloomingdale. She made African skirts with the matching headbands for me because I needed them for events that I was going to years ago. And now she has her own platform. She was in Bloomingdale's. So Etsy is the bomb because I've watched this lady's career grow, and I'm just like, oh, and she remembers me in the comments. She was like, you were one of my first customers when I was on Etsy. So I'm here for Etsy.
Yeah.
I just didn't know I just didn't know Karen was here for Etsy. I didn't know. I'm just saying, okay, I'm done. I'm gonna go.
I like the price point though. Shout out to Karen. Always getting it right.
Maybe you should give one of Karen's candles away for 12, because that's Black business. And I'm
Does
sure
she really own the company though?
Oh, see, now you've been shady. You've been a sharpshooter
though, but I'm asking a real question.
Pew, pew, pew. Sharpshooter, go ahead, do your thing.
I love my Taurus sister, but just saying. Anyways.
I hope it is. I really hope that she's doing this. Her candles is in collaboration with her fragrance. It just makes sense because we've seen that before. I hope this isn't a total sidebar of what she's trying to do. I hope it really is to just go with the fragrance and the candles smell like whatever her fragrance smells like. And if she does the whole holiday bundle, that will be excellent for her because you don't have to reinvent the wheel. and Wendy just needs to lower her price. And yeah, I can't wait for the reunion because I need to know what all the drama is since Ashley. Let's talk about this. Since Mia and Candace made up yesterday, why are they still beefing on social media? What has happened? And then someone said on social media, we kind of knew this, but they said that Nicki Minaj like really goes in on Candace to the point where they got to arguing if something major happens. And then I also heard that Nicki only got to ask 3 questions.
I told y'all. I mean, Nicki responded to my TikTok and said, I got to host, honey. But I'm like, 3 questions is not hosting.
Yeah, that's not. That's literally coming in and asking 3 questions. But we love her. I'm here for it. I can't wait to watch it. Okay, bye-bye.
All right. Thanks, Danielle. Bye. Let me just see what you guys are saying in the chat before I bring some more. We have a long line. Let me get to everyone in the chat. I mean, everyone in the queue over here. Mickey, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Mickey?
Hi, Kempire. How are you?
How are you?
I'm good. Oh my God. Okay, so I've said this before. I think G is gonna become the new Michael Darby. He's gonna be Michael Darby Sr. because I think he's a little older than Michael Darby. He was a hot mess, and I think that every time we see him, it's gonna be just a situation. Now, Wendy and Gizelle. I love the fact that Wendy, she has this whole good vibes only going, but she's really just standing her ground and being like, you know what? I don't like you. You're a bully. You're a mean girl. And it is what it is. And it's so interesting because when they were on the boat, Gizelle said, oh, she's aggressive. She's combative. Like, didn't Wendy... you remember when Wendy and Ashley were going back and forth and she gave her a whole speech about the term aggressive and how when you use that with dark-skinned women, it could be very dangerous and yada, yada, yada. But she called her aggressive and she didn't really say anything. But
I wonder if it's going to come back up at the reunion, though.
Yeah, and she even, when Gizelle was on FaceTime with Karen when she had left, she was like, oh, she's so angry. And Wendy didn't really say anything. And I remember it was like this whole colorism issue at the reunion. And she didn't say anything. But one thing
that we know. We have to remember this.
Yeah.
This could also be editing.
Yeah. But one thing I will say, I think that Gizelle, I think people... she's just like, I don't know, like she gives this like, oh, I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what anyone says. And she just carries on and, it is what it is. But I think that Gizelle gets a lot of credit for really doing, she's the villain and all of that, but I don't know. Gizelle is just, I don't know. She's a lot. And Candace and Mia. First and foremost, Candace knew. Because she kept on with, your mother. She had to know. I think that these people have conversations before they tape and then conversations after they tape. I'm pretty sure Robyn told her like, oh yeah, the new girl, we met up with her. She said that her mom was an addict, yada, yada, yada. She had to know. But I love the fact that they talked to each other. They hashed it out. And I like the fact that Candace was like, yeah, this is my passion. And it really it offended me that you said it was low budget. And then, Mia was just like, yeah, my mom was in prison. She was an addict, this and that. I love to see resolution because what I think sometimes they don't realize as housewives is that when y'all stay going at it, it's like laziness to me. Like Portia and Kenya, the same recycled, repackaged beef that they keep on selling us season after season, it becomes repetitive and boring. For me, it's just pure laziness. You know what I mean? Like, y'all don't have to like each other, but the constant, going after one another is so, but I like the fact that they talked it out and they're good now. And with Robyn, honestly, with Juan, I feel like he should do what Ray does, is give Robyn just enough camera time every season just so she can stay in the game. Like Ray, he comes in, he understands the assignment. You don't see him every episode. He knows that Karen loves being on reality TV. She loves being a housewife. He gives her enough camera time and then he's out. Juan should do the same thing. I really feel like Juan, it will be to her detriment. If he keeps on, like, why does he always leave her out to dry? Like, they are together, right? They had that whole engagement last season, you remember? But yet this season he's nowhere to be found. It will be to her detriment. Mark my words. He needs to show up and at least pretend like he cares or something. Because
Karen even said that in this episode. Karen was like, he should show up and surprise her.
Yeah, because y'all claim y'all together, but yet he's nowhere to be found. And it's just part of the game. Like, if you have a family, you have to show your family. You have to let the cameras into your house and show them what's going on. Because the thing is with Ashley, even though Ashley, she's, into her motherhood journey, she will make her presence felt in this show. You know what I mean? She's going to come in, she's going to stir the pot, she's going to bring in Michael Darby, and they're going to pretend like they're having sexy time, and she's going to argue with Candace. Like, she finds ways to secure her spot. You know what I mean? Even though she's like,
Nikki, I don't want to cut you off, but I have a long line backstage, and I want to get to everyone, and it's already late here in the Netherlands. But I appreciate you calling in.
Thank you, Kempire.
Have a good night.
You too.
All right, guys. Apparently, I didn't realize how long of a line I had backstage. So I am going to institute a timer. Okay, I'm going to institute a timer because that's the only way we're going to get to everyone tonight. All right, Amy J, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. What's going on, Amy J?
Hey, the ghetto. You know, I got to start with that. I didn't get to watch stuff. Like, I don't got cable. I'll be sneaking in the back doors on the internet to find these episodes. But I did catch Potomac. I was happy that Mia and Candace worked it out. The idea of Askale being a housewife, I think she should just stay as a friend because, like, she doesn't add anything, and she'll just get in my opinion, because she's so sided with Candace and what's the other girl? What's her name? Wendy. She would just add to the grouping up, and I just don't like that. I don't like it with. Well, I accept it with what's her name, Gizelle and Robyn. I just don't want it with the rest of the group. I don't want everyone clicking up and being in groups and going at each other. So I'd rather her just stay as a friend. Which I love her fashion. That's because she contributed. She can kind of sprinkle that on Gizelle. Gizelle and them did have this episode. I had to side with Gizelle and Robyn, even though Wendy had a right to be mean to them because they came last minute and all the rest of that stuff. Gizelle's foot was broken. It was broken, and I just think it was kind of rude of them not to try to offer something. At least offer something.
Good point.
Robyn as well, the bathroom situation, they were men in the house. As much as I really didn't want to like side with them for being petty, I get it because I felt like, I'm just tired of the whole housewife thing of somebody getting a bad room. Why can't we all just have good rooms? I hate that they do that, especially with the black franchises, because my understanding that nobody has bad rooms in the other franchises. It's just a thing of like, I just don't like that. They should stop that, period. So we don't have that.
Well, they're doing it to cause drama.
Yeah, but I just don't. I feel like it's like, let's not do that, because like them having to leave in the middle of the night to go to a hotel, that's dangerous. Even if though they were acting all petty, I'm leaving. That's still dangerous. It's like dark as hell out there. It's woods and all types. I just don't think that was a good idea. Them leaving. I would have slept in the living room or something. Anyways, Wendy, I don't want her to fight with Gizelle anymore because it is making her look over dramatic, because Gizelle, she knows how to hide. She's like one of those people that throw rocks and hide her hands. So when the person's flipping out, she always just like, oh my God, what is this? And you're looking at the person like they're actually going crazy for no reason. And for that reason, the only person who knows how to work Gizelle in that way is Karen. Karen will spit it right back at her. and they would be like nice, nasty with each other. But Wendy is literally flipping out at that point. And I'm like, Wendy, just leave her alone. Just let this woman be who she is. She's not going to change it. She's going to go after everybody because she doesn't have a man and she's struggling outside of the house. It's true. I'm just saying, you know, she's struggling outside of Housewives. But Juan, I really wish that Juan would show up for Robyn. Please, just like these last couple of episodes, stop. She has a man, and it just looks so weird that she's never with her man. That's just wrong. I just feel like just show up and try to be there for her at least one episode, at least one. And outside of that, I want a new housewife. I want a new housewife. I feel like this housewife franchise is like, it's okay, but I really feel like these new additions haven't really been quenching my thirst. Mia's cool and everything, but I just think I don't like Gordon. No offense, he's just too creepy for me. And I want him to not come back. Like, if she's gonna do the show, he could be the one to kind of like be like Juan, just show up when he has to. Because this last couple of episodes, I've really been feeling like this dude he has problems when he drinks, and he shouldn't do that. So we need a new housewife. That's all.
Most definitely. Amy, thank you so much for calling in.
Okay.
Bye. All right, Miss Bernice, I'm going to bring you up. Let me reset the timer. Guys, get straight to the point. Remember, there are other people waiting online. Please hang up so more people can call in. We're trying to get to everyone this evening. Miss Bernice, what's going on?
Hey, Kempire, how you doing?
How are you?
Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Two points I want to get up. Whitney need to learn how to put on her poker face. She should have just let the scene play out. She didn't have to say anything because she made it longer than it needed to be. Let them say their apologies and all that stuff. Because what made me mad about Whitney is you dismissed the owners of the damn restaurant like they were your children. What? Really? You should have let it play out. Let Lisa come up with this sob story. Let the owners go on about their business because your beef is not with the owners. Your beef is with Lisa. And then as soon as they walked away, while you drink your drink, clink, clink, bitch, you know I didn't believe that.
Come on, watch your language, Mr. Bernice.
I'm sorry, excuse me. Woman, you know I didn't believe that. Come on now. That was fake. But I wouldn't have did that in front of the owners because they just doing a courtesy to Lisa because they friends with Lisa. That was, and Jeannie and her husband, I got to put this in Christ-like words. He was giving me Marcel and Martell vibes.
Oof.
Because you went through all this crying and saying how it affected you, and then you put your head down and you're like, well, how you feel about Sister Wives? What? And I don't blame Jeannie. I would have got up like, if I could kill this sucker right now, I would, and get away with it and walked away. Like, you must be out of your dang mind. And I know she was cussing him out all while she was walking away from him. I mean, come on now, bro. I had a little respect for you. Like, okay, they went through. They got 3 kids, and she said she had all them miscarriages, and you've been there. Like, but when he said he wants children to populate and bring good people into this world, where you get that at? Either you creeping with a female and she pregnant, or you're about to creep with a female. Those are the only 2 scenarios. And you about to bring another baby in this world, and you just trying to test your wife and see how she feel about it. Potomac. I'm glad Mia and Candace made up. Candace didn't have to start crying. Didn't have to start crying. I understand you're passionate about your art. That's like anybody. But come on, just like, well, me, you hurt my feelings when you said that because I'm coming all out of pocket on my own for all of this. I don't have a record deal, so everything is on me. And when you said that, it really hurt my feelings. But mind you, your feelings wasn't hurt when Gizelle told you flat out that Chris was riding on your coattails. You didn't start crying and boo-hooing about that. Okay, let's have our moments of outrage. If Robyn, I know when PMS come, your first 2 days is your worst 2 days. And if your first 2 days is that bad, you didn't have to come because you told them that you wasn't coming. And Gizelle sent this long book of a text saying that she wasn't coming. And then you show up late, and then you expect you're supposed to have the presidential suite. It don't work like that. See, Gizelle and Robyn, they the type of person where, I'm gonna be late to the cookout. Fix me a plate. And then once you fix them a plate, they're gonna complain about why you ain't put this on it, why you ain't put that on it. See, you know what? I'm gonna smack this plate in your face. I'm gonna call it a day.
Miss
That
Bernie,
was
I don't want to cut you off, but we have such a long line backstage, and I've already let you go on for longer than
okay.
I'm supposed to. But I appreciate you calling in.
Okay, kiddo, you have a good one.
You too. Bye. All right. Guys, again, we are doing a subscribers only chat, but I posted the call-in link. We have a long line backstage. I am putting a time limit on it. So get to your points and hang up. All right, Judge Justice, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Judge Justice?
Hey, nothing much, nothing too crazy going on. Just been a really crazy Monday here at home, working from home. Thought I'd be left
the timer's going, right?
Huh?
I said, the timer's going, right?
Okay, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that because it messes me up. So one thing I want to say is that Mia. All right. So one thing I want to say is that Mia actually understands assignment because then she moves past it so quickly and gets over it. So she's a chameleon in these aspects, where the fact is that she goes in, she says these things, hurtful things. And then also one thing I realized is that the producers have edited her in a way that it gives me like Family Matters vibes with like Urkel, like, did I do that? Like how she always just keeps saying something, even the whole Robyn issue. And then she tried, and then like the fact that she flipped it back on her upbringing and her mother. And then it was just like, it's just draining, honestly, because you don't know which side she is really. And it's like, what is really truthful about you? Because then you've like you've lied about your origin story. I'm like a big Marvel superhero fan. You've lied about your origin story so far. And we can't keep following these, back and forth. It would be really good and honest of her if she would just be able to get it straight. And I think she's been able to get away with this for so long with not having somebody having a chronic, that list of order of things and proof that you said this, you said that, you said that. I just wish that they wouldn't let her go, get away with it, the producers with their editing. But at the same point, I know that they don't have any choice with the fact that she's going to be coming back next season, basically, because I don't think there's that many women in the DMV area that are lining up to join these ladies and to be a part of this show that actually have money, nice things to show, everything like that. So, yeah. So that's where I'm at with it. I really don't like it. I'm happy that Candace and her did go ahead and move past it. And for all the people that did not think Candace could apologize, she apologized today. All right. Give her kudos. All right. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Let me stop the clock and start it again. Shady Gal, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. What's going on, Shady Gal?
Oh, nothing. This was just a very light episode. I'll be honest, I was far more interested in the men and the husbands playing spades than half the conversations and so-called drama that was happening upstairs. Like, I'm like, look at them playing spades. Somebody gonna survive Black Squid Game. Somebody's moving to the next level, the next game. But I am perplexed by the wannabe Michael Darby that is G. At first I found it cute, and now it's just creepy. It's like, dog, are you really giving Ashley raper eyes right now on the bus? Like, sir, that is nasty. And we already know you have an affinity for, light-skinned white women, according to you and your wife. And I'm like, you just looking at Ashley. I'm like, baby, Ashley was just over here milking the boobies for her baby. She don't want you. She gotta go home to Michael Darby, and let's be real. You put you two in the same stable. Ain't no way, heck, she going with you, G. She's not gonna be surprised or influenced by a couple little dollars. I found the whole escape from the house with Gizelle and Robyn a little weird. I'm like, if y'all just want to be in a room together to have your lesbianic friendship, just say that. You didn't have to do all that extra stuff. Like, it was clearly you trying to make something happen. You keep trying to make fetch happen, and it's not gonna happen. No one cares about fetch, Robyn. God, go have fun in your little hotel. You probably was over there at a Holiday Inn at best, probably a Motel 6, because you're both kind of broke. That house is more expensive than both of the lots you were both trying to put together. And you didn't have to sleep in a freaking old McDonald barn like Gizelle or be out in the middle of a construction site. So sis, have several seats with that broke toe. Shout out to Ray and his jokes. Like, I was surprised Karen missed the head too. But let's get to something more interesting, and I will give credit where credit is due. Candace did apologize. You know, she went from being a first grader to a second grader. That's growth. We're proud of our kids. Look at her. Next thing you know, she'll be potty trained. So proud. All right, Kempire, I'm gonna let you go.
Thank you so much, Shady Gal, for calling in.
No problem.
Bye. All right. Twana Don, thank you so much for the super chat. Twan says, Candace only apologized because she was trying to save her job. Pay attention to her body language because it killed her to apologize to Mia. Now I have to go back and watch. Thank you so much for the super chat. All right, Erica, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. Hold on, let me just reset the clock. Here we go. Hey, Erica.
Hey, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. Okay, got my notes. All right, so I just want to, I don't know if anyone pointed this out, but thumbs up to the production for the zooming in of it all. I mean, they zoomed in on Mia's lingerie, Chris's drinking, Michael's, in the flashback to Michael's crude behavior in season 1. I just love that they always have the receipts, and there's always got the receipts. So I really love that. And the way they zoom in on things, it just adds to the conversation, so I like that. Let me just say, Robyn, I kind of feel bad for her, but she's definitely lashing out and just being rude to people. I know you're on your period. I'm a woman. I know they vary, but I just didn't understand why she was just being so mean and just complaining about everything. I just wish that she just could have sucked it up. I wish she had, and she don't want no problems with Wendy. And I do like the fact that Wendy does shut her down. I wish that her and Gizelle did have some comebacks, some clapbacks, some, oh, I'm gonna get you, but they just don't have that personality. So what she does is just complain all the time because she doesn't have anything else to talk about, because she's not good with being confrontational. All she does is cuss and stuff like that, and that's just not interesting. Mm-hmm. I really think that Gizelle may plea or pay Robyn to keep Juan away. Because I'm just like, why can't she bring her fiance? At one point, I do think that he does want to be there, but another point, I think they got some type of pact. Maybe Gizelle even give Juan some money. Maybe he gets a little bit of her cut, because he really does stay away. So I think he's getting paid to stay away. And the lack of luxury, I kind of get Mia's point. That's a lot of people there. They should have hired Chris to chef it up. I'm just saying, I know it would have been why not, we like to get paid while we play, right? And this is your vacation. So just do a little something to help them out. But that's it. Oh, I did try to find Karen's candle, like y'all was talking about it. I didn't see it on Bloomingdale's. I didn't see it on her website. She just has her fragrance. And the Etsy candle, the maker has a collection of housewives. So that's what it is. It's not Karen. It's not LaDame. I saw Dorinda. I saw Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I can send you the link, but it's not a LaDame candle, honey. Not with that graphic.
I had a feeling. Thank you so much for clearing that up, Erica. Thank you for
problem.
calling in.
No problem, honey. Bye.
And I'm glad she mentioned that, because I was like, I have a feeling that it's not. But Zoe, thank you so much for the super chat. She says Ashley is in demand this season. First, it was Chris complimenting her. Now Gordon's flirting with her. At least Mia got attention from Eddie. Boop. All right. Okay. I'm going to take these last 3 callers because I'm going to wrap this up. 5-wick Miss Brown, I think that is. What's going on? Oh, no, Miss Brooks. There we go. 5-wick Miss Brooks.
Hey, Kempire, how are you?
Oh, well, how are you?
I figured I would add a little pizzazz to my name today since we were talking about 1-wick and 3-wick. And you know what? I'm going to be 5-wick. So let me just start off. Let me just start off by saying I am really exhausted and tired of the ladies labeling folks aggressive, argumentative, and combative when they can't keep up intellectually or control the response and actions of others. You know, it's interesting to see that now they're using the same language that they felt so oppressed by last season. So I find it very hypocritical and I find it very alarming. On to Gizelle and Robyn. They initially declined the invite. So how and when would Wendy have an opportunity to accommodate anything that they needed or wanted? I think the real issue is that Gizelle is upset that Wendy does not bow down to her. And I also think that Gizelle is a little jealous that Wendy cannot be controlled by the show. Wendy has a career that extends far beyond reality TV. And I'm not sure what Gizelle has going on, but I'm sure it's not 4-degree Wendy level. Just saying. I think G, as far as G and Mia, I honestly think G obliged his wife and was attending the trip, but he was completely uncomfortable around this group of people, and he was trying far too hard to lighten the mood. One thing I will say was what was extremely interesting, Kempire, is that Ashley was so uncomfortable with G's behavior. But isn't G's behavior similar to how her husband was behaving the first few seasons on this show? So I wonder if she was uncomfortable with G's behavior because of his skin tone, or if she really just felt uncomfortable, because I know that Ashley has a preference when it comes to men. I thought the exit with Robyn and Gizelle was just extremely dramatic, but I also noticed how I noticed the last few episodes how Robyn has been handling Gizelle, and I think she's exhausted by that friendship. I think Gizelle is using Robyn as a crutch to further instigate and just be deep in some mess. And I don't think Robyn wants to live in that space anymore. The conversation between Robyn and Askale seemed so genuine. And almost in that moment, I felt a little bad for Robyn because I really felt like she wanted to have some type of resolve with Wendy, and she did not want to be at odds anymore. I love the way that Mia apologized. She was mature. There was no if, and but in her apology. And I think we've just become so desensitized to authentic behavior that no one could really receive Mia's apology as being genuine. And I also love how Mia stood up and said, I would love for you to attack me and not my mother. I just really liked her entire stand on this episode was so mature and so refreshing. It made me want to get to know more of her. I'll end on a light note. When Candace started crying and Karen couldn't keep a straight face, I hollered. I was laughing so hard.
I need to go back and rewatch these little moments.
Kempire, you have to watch Karen like slowly turns to the left and puts her hands up like, ooh, child, here we go again. And I fell out laughing because I'm like, here we go with this folded napkin. I told Kempire this is a permanent cast member and she's proven us right. I mean, go back and check it out, Kempire. I don't have anything to say about Salt Lake City. I've never watched that show. I put in the chat if I should, somebody help me out and let me know if it's really that good to start watching now, or I'll just keep listening to you guys. Thanks, Kempire. Bye.
Thanks, Miss Brooks. Have a good night. Guys, we have over 500 and something people watching this video. Be sure to like the video. If you're watching the replay of this, let me know your thoughts on Salt Lake City and the Real Housewives of Potomac. Let me just get to these super chats before I lose them backstage. Danielle, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, am I the only one who saw Gizelle and Candace on BET Plus breast cancer miniseries that they're doing? I don't think anyone else saw it because we don't have BET Plus. I didn't know Gizelle and Candace were doing something like that. I know Candace is doing a couple of things with BET. So congrats. Tawana Dunn, thank you so much for the super chat. Wendy is a strong woman, and that's why Gizelle and Robyn are bothered by her. Robyn is weak, and Gizelle isn't in control. Damn. All right. Watch Us Happen. Hold on. Let me see what the rest of this name says. I'm going to break. It's Shantae. What's going on, Shantae?
Well, why you gotta say it like that?
No, because I couldn't read the entire thing. So I was like, oh, it's Shantae.
Watch Us Happen next. Hosting and producing team, all black on Bravo. We're taking over, baby. We're gonna take over the Bravo Clubhouse. We're gonna go nationwide like Wendy, and then we're going to international. You stay glued to my hip. We're gonna do it. I promise you. Black power, black enterprise, support black enterprise. Okay, thank you.
Oh my God. Okay,
Yes,
what are your comments on this episode?
So, Gizelle is just a roach, like, period. She a roach. Because first of all, it's clear why she even bothered going out there to the Eastern Shore. She just needed to make her money for these couple of episodes. Because the driveway, that driveway of hers can't pave itself. She's got to pay people to do it. That's where she's getting that money from. It's to appear in these 2 episodes. As far as the whole Wendy's aggressive, there's no way you can understand the difference. There's aggressive and there's passive aggressive. The descriptions are in each of the words. At most, you may have been able to say Wendy was passive aggressive, but she was passive aggressive on the get back because you didn't want the lady to use your bathroom. And not to mention, she wasn't expecting you to show up. So why would she make any accommodations for you or your friend? So, Gizelle just needs to miss me with all of that. I really think she's just at a loss for she is kind of getting lost in the shuffle of the ladies because they all got stuff going on. And Gizelle has not given us anything but her construction party pop-up, really. I mean, that's really all she gave us. So, Candace, yeah, she apologized. Okay, great. That's nice. Until next episode, keep them Kleenexes handy. Wendy, I feel like, especially with this candle release that popped up later, I saw it like around yesterday evening. Honestly, she did not need to put the business mogul, the Black Martha Stewart part storyline into this season because I really do feel like she'll be back next season. And this season, I think it was just too much. She's got enough going on with her body transition, what she did with her transforming her body, and her beef with Gizelle, and what the reason is behind the beef with Gizelle, and whatever little other things she's got going on. She could have saved the whole Black Martha Stewart angle for next season, and not to mention that would have given her more than enough time to business plan, figure stuff out instead of throwing everything together, which is what it looks like she's trying to do. It just, because I guarantee you, if she comes back next season, I doubt very seriously we're going to see anything else, any more of these products. I really don't think so. We won't hear any more about Black Martha Stewart anymore. She might be trying to do something else, or she'll probably put it on the back burner, but I really don't think it's going to be a prominent part of her storyline next season. And yes, the bit with Ashley and G looking like he's antagonizing Ashley. So you remember last week when you were saying that there's bits and pieces we didn't probably see when I was saying I don't like how Ashley is making it seem like Chris was abusive. There's probably some bits and pieces we didn't see with Ashley, because how Ashley likes to jump in shit, pardon my French, and poke and act like something's funny when it probably really is barely funny. And so G was probably matching her energy. And all of a sudden she wants to be left alone.
When he was messing with her.
Say what?
He was asleep that first time he was messing with her. She was like that.
Yeah, but Ashley doesn't like to get back what she puts out. So I would not be surprised if there was something missing from before that, where she started, where she just dipped in and should have kept her mouth shut. But she can go down to a friend of if she has to come back. She shouldn't. But if they just have to bring her back and have to keep bringing her a check, she can go down to a friend of. She's shown she's useless, and she has been from the very beginning. We just don't need somebody who just digs up your personal business because you don't talk to them. So you go and give another third party about what's supposedly in your check account. She don't know no better.
Okay, Shantae. Thank you so much for calling in, Shantae.
Thank you, darling.
Bye. All right, guys. I'm gonna take one last caller. Adam, he's on my time. Well, I think they're an hour behind, so he has more time than I do. It's really late here in the Netherlands. Guys, if you're just joining us, we have over 500 or something people watching. Be sure to like the video if you haven't liked it already. Shout out to our moderators. Shout out to everyone that sent in the super chat. Shout out to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. If you'd like to become a member of the channel, head on over to TeamKempire.com. Join our texting community. Text Kempire.com for more details. Adam, what's going on? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
How
What's your
comes you're in
thoughts
the
on
Netherlands?
Say it again?
How comes you're in the Netherlands? I forgot.
How come I'm here?
Yeah.
Because I've been here before. I like it. I thought I would have a good time, and I have.
That's good. That's good. Just before we talk about Potomac, I just want to say something about the video you uploaded yesterday. So it was about how Lisa Vanderpump was only going to be willing to come back to the show for $2 million or whatever is above Kyle's salary. I think they will do that for not in the next season, but season 13. I know Vanderpump Rules is going on a slump right now, but when she's on the Vanderpump Rules, she's getting over 2 million. She's an EP. She's got great friends. She's great friends with the producers of Beverly Hills and OCM Vanderpump Rules. It's these guys called Alex and Douglas. They own the Evolution Media production company that does all three. Vanderpump Rules stars make more money than probably the non-successful franchise shows like Salt Lake City. Vanderpump Rules people are probably getting 600, 800K at least. I know that although there's rumors that Randall and Lala have broken up, like Lala Kent's living in currently a $10 million house, so she's not going to do anything for peanuts. But yeah, I think they will definitely get Lisa for season 13 at least.
Okay.
She has a lot in the vault for Bravo.
Yeah.
With RHOP, I haven't watched it all, but I've seen clips online. Firstly, with Gizelle not wanting to come, like she, it's standard, just petty drama. Like, I don't know if you remember season backs, like she didn't want to be on that Caribbean holiday with Karen, and she did that Bad Taste, the Free Uncle Ben t-shirt.
Yes.
Robyn, I don't know why she's here. Still, like, a couple of seasons ago, she did that. She tried to replace Juan with that Lego house that she was trying to build with him. That investment property looked absolute shambles. She admitted she didn't even make a profit. In fact, what's it? Gizelle and Robyn, this iHeart Radio podcast thing they have?
Yes.
Reasonably shady. Gizelle actually said on the podcast that the producers didn't even want to see Robyn because of by the time they were interviewing her, she had no money because that friend that she keeps mentioning stole the money, and basically they just said she's not worth it. But she somehow convinced them, saying this is my best friend, what have you. But she's just honestly worthless. If anything, for Robyn to stay in the game, she should make Askale a main, and she shouldn't even be a friend. She should be like a guest. Like, I'm sorry, but Robyn is dry and stale. Allegedly they've released the the reunion season, and how the heck is Robyn ahead of Ashley? I mean, what has she done but being Gizelle's pet? Like, you know, and I think Karen should be closer to Andy. I'm sorry, Gizelle. You know, I know Bravo would do anything for her because she's messy and what have you. She causes the drama. With Candace, I don't know. I just don't like the girl. I think she's malicious. You know, she has a history. You have Ashley with a butter knife. You had Monique last season, and you also had Karen saying at the reunion, she said something to Bravo saying, "I don't feel safe." She sent me this text saying, "Burn in hell." And you know, her like Mia said, the production's low budget, but I think the music career is low budget. That's just me being perfectly frank. And like, you know, honesty is the best policy, and you know, I don't see it going anywhere. But my favorites on the show have always been Ashley and Karen. I just think they're the embodiment of what the Housewives franchise is. It's a wealthy women that live the dream lives. Ray's got the business, Michael's got the business, Ashley's got the penthouse, Karen has the palatial home. You know, you got Gizelle's cottage that's, you know, hidden in the middle of nowhere. That, you know, she with that, even her best friend Robyn said the extension sucked. So what, you know, if you're going to promote that on the show, you've got Robyn building this dream house, living in a budget townhouse. Like, I mean, she admitted that her kids have to share a bedroom still. Like, you know, why is she on the show? Like, I don't see any value she brings. I swear, if they make Robyn stay for season 7, they're gonna have problems. They're gonna go down. They're gonna end up like Dallas. Like, I'm sorry. Like Robyn should have got casted for Dallas because that's where she belongs. Like,
oh damn.
Adam,
I appreciate you calling in, but I gotta go. And I appreciate you calling in. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts.
All right. Always pleasure. As we're on the same time zone, like obviously it's late. But I'm excited for Thursday, reunion part 2.
We're gonna talk about it, so stay tuned, Adam.
And it's gonna go deep.
Definitely. Adam, have a great evening.
You too. Enjoy the midnight party.
Bye. And guys, thank you so much for being here for our subscribers only Real Housewives of. We talked a little bit about Salt Lake City, but the Real Housewives of Potomac, as you know, we normally do this after the episode airs, but I appreciate that we can still do it the Monday after and have these conversations where you're able to call in, share your thoughts, weigh in. But as always, I want to know your thoughts in the replay of this in the comment section. But as always, be civil to each other because we welcome differing opinions here on the channel. Shout out to my moderator, shout out to my Team Kempire and Royal Court members, and shout out to everyone that sent in a super chat. Shout out to everyone that called in. And of course, shout out to everyone that was a part of the conversation in the subscribers only chat. Have a great rest of your evening. I'm going to rest up because it's been a long day, but I appreciate you all being here to spend a little part of your day with me. I will talk to you guys later. Have a great rest of your evening. Bye. If I can find this button, look, find this button. Here we go.